Hello and welcome to Tutorial 5 for GTK Stats. In this tutorial, we are going to be looking at status effects and some UI to go with it. As always, we have copied out the completed last tutorial into a new scene and we'll be picking up from there. So let's get started by preparing our UI for these new status effects. So we're going to go into the canvas here and we're going to create a new UI panel. And we're going to set this guy around the bottom. Let's do, 42 looks good. And we're not going to have a background for this guy, but we are going to have a horizontal layout group. Do spacing of 8. We'll only control the height, and we will center it up. We're also going to create a status effect list UI. This will allow us to give us a list of the effects that are active. So we'll target the player, and the content, which is where we're going to spawn our children, is going to be the panel itself, which we will rename status effect list UI. And now we have to work on the prefab itself. So we'll create a new panel, and we'll make that 42 by 42. We'll give it the effect circle background with a nice dark color. That looks pretty good there. Even though it's not going to change, we'll just go ahead and preserve the aspects. That's the thing that I like to do. We'll do a status effect UI on it, and we'll name this status effect item UI. And let's go ahead and make the icon for it. So we'll add an image. And I think right about there is what we want. Go ahead and give it a placeholder. Again, I'll preserve the image, and we'll rename this icon and assign it to the image. We can also show the remaining lifespan either in text or with a progress bar, or both. And we could show the children, because status effects can have attributes and modifiers. For this UI, we're not going to use that, but we are going to use lifetime in both methods. So we'll create another image that we'll just set to the full size. And we'll give it the effect circle. And we're going to add in a progress bar. We're going to set it to image fill. We're going to change this to fill. Radial we'll do from top, and counterclockwise I believe is... No, let's go with clockwise maybe. I'm going to go counterclockwise. Okay. So we need to assign the target graphic as well, which is going to be this guy right here. Now we can see the progress bar is working. And this will be effect lifespan progress bar. We're going to assign that right here. And then we'll also create a label. And that will be effect lifespan label, and we'll correct our typo up here. We'll sign it and create that. We will also do, we'll make this line to the top to 0, of 0, give it a height of 16. Center it. Yeah, there we go. That looks to that. Okay, so now we just need to drag this into our prefab folder so that we can use it. We'll go ahead and delete this instance. and assign this prefab. We could have left it, also disabled it and dragged it in. I like putting it as a prefab. But you can do it whichever way you like. Okay, so now that our UI is prepared, let's actually go ahead and make these status effects. So we'll select the stats database, open up the window, and look at status effects. We'll add 3 to this. First we're gonna add burn, and that's going to be decreases health by 2 every second for 5 seconds. Now there is a max stack, so you can say how many of these can be on your character at one time. Defaults to 1. It can either expire automatically, which is when all of these effects go away, after seconds, or after tokens. We're going to have this expire after seconds. So after 5 seconds, we're also going to give it a nice color, because this is going to go in the UI. And we'll give it a sprite as well. Now for the sprites, these must either be in a resource folder or part of a asset bundle, and it will automatically pick it up and let you know if there is an error, if it's not where it belongs. So if we move this out and reassign it, no, it's not yelling at us. I'll make sure that it yells at us in the future. Okay, so that's our icon and our color. We just need to add the modifier itself, so we'll affect health. This will recur over seconds for 5 seconds, and it will subtract 2 each second. We're also going to do a particle effect for this that I've already created. I know this one does warn us. So same with images. Any object that you create has to be either inside of a resources folder or in an asset bundle. So we're going to assign the burn effect, and we're going to parent it, which means it's going to be parented to the transform of whatever created it, which in this case will be our character. Okay, so now we're going to go over to create a chill effect, and that is going to decrease his stamina by 1. It's going to expire automatically, which means this is never actually going to hit our UI because it's going to happen immediately as well. So it's going to target stamina, and it's going to subtract 1. And finally, we're going to do poison, and this is going to prevent stamina regeneration. It's going to expire automatically. We'll give it a green color. We'll also give it a particle effect that we parent. And we're going to use a new kind of stat modifier that we haven't done before. So we're going to target stamina, and it's going to apply by set value until removed. So rather than subtracting the maximum stamina or something like that, we are setting the value as an exact number for the duration, and we're going to target the regeneration rate. Now the last thing that these can do is they can prevent and cancel other effects. So burn, for example, is going to be what removes poison for us. Otherwise poison would stay forever. There'd be no way to get rid of it because it doesn't expire. Chill is going to prevent burn, and if we already have burn, it'll cancel it. Or if we try and get burned while we have chill active, it'll prevent it. So now we have everything created. We just need to assign these effects to our damage sources. So this one deals cold, so we'll go ahead and give it the chill. This one does fire damage, so we'll assign burn. And this one does poison damage, so we will assign the poison status effect. All right, let's hit play and see what we get. So first, let's walk into the fire here, run through real quick. We can see the particle effects are going. We can also see the UI updating. Now, one thing that we didn't do, and we'll go ahead and correct that right now, is we'll go into our prefab, and we're going to hit the Use Colors. So this will colorize our progress bar to use the same color as the UI. So now if we jump into the burn again, we can see we've got the color. And we can also see this guy resets the lifespan of the effect because it's a continual. We'll jump into cold, which will automatically cancel that. And then we'll jump into poison, and you can see that our stamina no longer regenerates, although we didn't assign an icon to it. We'll take care of that in a moment. But let's look at our player real quick, and we can see our active effects. So we've got poison, stamina regeneration rate equals 0 until removed. And we can see that our rate is indeed 0. And if we go walk into the fire, we'll see that our rate goes immediately back to 10 and we start regenerating. So before we end, let's go ahead and get that icon assigned to poison. Let's see, there we are right there. Save that, give it one more quick run. And there we are. And we can see this doesn't show a time or a progress bar because it does not have a lifespan. All right, that will do it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Our next tutorial will be attributes and leveling, where we'll finally level up our character and get a couple of attributes as well. Until then, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.